Hello everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Danrvdtree2000 on Xbox Live. I'm back again for some more WWE predictions, and this time we're predicting Hell in a Cell. Yes, another Hell in a Cell pay-per-view is coming your way this Sunday. And we've got a stacked up Hell in a Cell pay-per-view coming up. This is going to be good. This is going to be another great pay-per-view from WWE. Now, am I sick and tired from these gimmick matches, pay-per-views? Yeah, I am. But hey, we've got it coming. It's going to be good. Let's do it. I think there's only like 1 or 2 Hell in a Cell matches. So regardless, let's get on to the first matchup, but before we do, I'd like to tell you how I do these predictions. If this is your first time watching, this is what I do, is who I think and who I want to win. So who I think is who I think WWE have booked to win. Who I want to win is my own personal opinion. So with that being said, let's get on to the first match. And the first match is Madcap Moss versus Happy Corbin. And it's this time it's personal, as it's no holds barred. In other words, a no disqualification match. Anything goes, basically. No holds barred. We saw the debut of their brand new look for the Madcap Moss, and I feel like the Madcap Moss is gonna go places, man. He's going to be up there with the main event scene, and to my eyes, anyone that can beat up Baron Corbin is going to be getting a huge push. As you think about it, not many people like Baron Corbin, so realistically, if Baron Corbin, aka Happy Corbin, is getting his ass kicked out there, then they're going to cheer for this person's name. So I am ready for the Madcap. He's going to kick his ass. So that's basically what's going to happen here. Madcap Moss is going to kick Happy Corbin's ass and put him 1, 2, 3 before beating the shit out of him with steel chairs, freaking steel steps, and anything else in between. So who do I think is going to win? Madcap Moss. Who do I want to win? Madcap Moss. It's that easy, that simple. This is going to be a great way to kick off Hell in a Cell, and that Hell in a Cell is going to be live in Chicago. So, I'm talking about certain brand new AEW champion, Mr. CM Punk. But hey, this isn't AEW, this is WWE, and someone that came from AEW stood back to WWE. We'll talk about that match soon. It's going to be big. Who will initially win, we will have to wait and see at Hell in a Cell. But Madcap Moss all the way for me. So we'll go on. With that being said, we'll go on to the next match. And the next match is for the United States Championship. For you see, over on Monday Night Raw, Mustafa Ali went one-on-one with Ciampa, aka Tommaso Ciampa, I'm going to call him, because I can't be asked to shorten his name, but WWE can. And basically what happened with Tommaso Ciampa versus Mustafa Ali, if Mustafa Ali beat Tommaso Ciampa, he'll get a future United States Championship shot. And of course, Tommaso Ciampa got disqualified, meaning that Mustafa Ali won the matchup due to theory interfering, and he beat down Mustafa Ali and said, "Hey, I can't wait for the future. Let's have the United States Championship match now." And of course, because Ali had a match with Tommaso Ciampa, he was pretty banged up because of that matchup, and Fury won that matchup. But then Adam Pearce came down and said, "Hey, no, Vince, you may not realize this, but you need to check your text messages before you start taking selfies, Fury, because Vince McMahon did like the way you approached things, but he would much rather see a fair fight, so at Hell in a Cell, you will defend your championship against Mustafa Ali. Fury shrugged it off to say, hey, I can do the same thing that I did to Mustafa Ali on Raw at Hell in a Cell. But do I think he can? Absolutely yes. I think that it will be Theory that wins this matchup. But who do I want to win? I want Chicago's own Mustafa Ali to win this matchup. But why have I got the strangest feeling going back on the brand new AEW champion CM Punk? There's going to be a lot of CM Punk chants, I can guarantee it. But hey, I really want Mustafa Ali to beat Theory here at Hell in a Cell. But will it happen? We'll have to wait and see at Hell in a Cell. My God, this is going to be big. As we go on to the next match. And the next match is a very interesting match as the Judgment Day. The leader, Edge, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley. They go one-on-one against AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and Liv Morgan for the first time ever, in WWE at least. It could have been done somewhere else, I'm not too sure. This is the first time me seeing it personally, having a person mixed tag team matchup. So it's mixed tag team rules. If AJ Styles or Finn Balor are in the ring against either Damian Priest or Edge, they can duke it out. But if Damian Priest or Edge tags in Rhea Ripley, then Liv Morgan can get in the ring. Vice versa, if Rhea Ripley then tags Edge, either AJ Styles or Edge then can come into the ring and have them beat each other up in the middle of the ring. Now, here's the question. Who is going to betray who? This is what I think it's leading up to. I personally, because it all started with AJ, I don't think it'll be AJ. If I can make a bold prediction, it will be Finn Balor. Because he's not exactly been having the best, ever since losing the United States Championship, and also losing to Roman Reigns with the Demon. He needs to redeem himself somehow, so I think the best time to redeem himself is to join the Judgment Day. Or will it be AJ Styles that will shockingly do it? I personally can't see it happening, but I can't see Liv Morgan doing it either because they already have a female on their side. So, I think it will be Judgment Day with the victory due to the shocking betrayal of either AJ Styles or Finn Balor. Most likely Finn Balor, but I want Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Liv Morgan to win. Very unlikely, because they'll most likely be Finn Balor betraying. Look at those eyes, you can't trust them. But yeah, there'll be Finn Balor joining the Judgment Day here. No questions asked. I could be wrong, but we'll have to wait and see come Sunday. And, for Monday, for me, when I watch it, and when I do the review, and I will tell you what happens. I can't wait for Hell in a Cell. It's going to be good. It's going to be big. But going on to the next matchup, that's also a big matchup. And the next match, and this is no lie, it's Ezekiel versus Kevin Owens. Ezekiel was introduced to us the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania as, Kevin Owens thought that this guy looked familiar, and this guy Kevin Owens seems to think that this guy is Elias. Clearly it's not Elias, and he introduced himself, it's not Elias. It's Elias's younger brother, Ezekiel. Two different people. Now, and why don't we see Elias and Ezekiel together at the same time? Because Elias is trying to figure himself out. He said that the old Elias is dead. and he's probably still trying to figure himself out. But according to Ezekiel, no, that's not true, and he is still singing lullabies and on guitar. So maybe he has picked up his whole guitar and decided to, hey, you know. But yeah, I know Ezekiel looks like Elias, but I also look like my brother. But I'm not. I'm his older brother. So yeah, we may look alike, but we have certain differences. I mean, for one, Ezekiel hasn't got any body hair, and he's more chiseled than Elias. Elias is skinnier. I mean, we've seen a picture, for crying out loud. Hell, even passed a lie detector test. What more proof do you want, Kevin Owens? But in all seriousness, I know that really is Elias. But do you know what would make it a very good story? Is if during this matchup, Elias distracts Kevin Owens by maybe having a pre-recorded tape of him playing the guitar. That would be awesome. That would be really awesome. Then he'll be confused and Ezekiel can pick up the victory. So yeah, who do I think is going to win? Ezekiel. Who do I want to win? Ezekiel. Kevin Owens is too deranged and confused about Ezekiel to get this victory. I very much doubt it. So, Ezekiel all the way here, but we shall see if maybe Ezekiel will snap out of it and will admit the truth, if he gets his sound speaking to him. Also, another theory is, no pun, is that someone made a joke that the man formerly known as Damien Sandow, who's very good at being a stunt double, could easily, in my opinion, he could chisel up, or well, he has the same body type as Elias once had, so all he has to do is grow his beard out a little bit and his hair out the same as Elias. Put on the same as Elias accent, and bada bing bada boom, Elias has returned. When Kevin Owens be like, no, you're not Elias! He's Elias! You're Damien Sandow! Why are you even here? You got fired! You can even bring that whole thing in here. The story writes itself. But, hey. And the next match is, well, I think this is like the third time that these two have gone head to head, and plus a freaking arm wrestling contest. And we've had a steel cage match, we've had a WrestleMania match, and another singles match before. I think Bobby Lashley has won the steel cage match. He also won the matchup at WrestleMania. Almost won the return match at WrestleMania Backlash. So it's 2-1 to Bobby Lashley. So this will just be 1-1. Because it's a handicap match. Bobby Lashley versus Almost an MVP. MVP betrayed Bobby Lashley, and he won a match against Bobby Lashley via the countout on Monday Night Raw not so long ago. So choose the stipulation, and on Raw Talk, he spoke to Kevin Patrick and said, hey, we choose a handicap match. It'll be Almost an MVP versus Bobby Lashley at Hell in a Cell. And unfortunately, I think Bobby Lashley, no matter how much I think he will overcome the odds, I think that it will be too much for him, and somehow even Cedric Alexander will come into the ring and cause a distraction, and MVP on Almost will pick up the victory. How here. Even his better yet, it'll be MVP that gets the pinfall. Prove me wrong. But I want Bobby Lashley to win, but it's not going to happen, and I think it will be almost an MVP here. So we'll have to wait and see at Hell in a Cell as we go on to the next match. And the next match is the Raw Women's Championship Triple Threat match. You see, Asuka beat Becky Lynch to get a chance to face Bianca Belair on Monday Night Raw in what was supposed to be a six-pack challenge. But enough said about, we all know what happened there. Then Becky managed to worm her way in somehow, some way by, I think, beating Asuka or something. I don't know, I can't remember exactly, but she managed to get her way into the matchup. So then it became a triple threat match. So this rivalry is actually quite a big rivalry. It actually started at the night after Money in the Bank, when Asuka became the Miss Money in the Bank in 2020, and that's when Becky Lynch announced to the world in front of 0 fans, but mainly to the people who are watching at home, that she was pregnant with her first child. Now, to me, she shouldn't have gave up the Raw Women's Championship in the first place. She never should have gave it to Asuka. She should have just vacated it. They could have had a tournament for that championship, and then have Asuka cash in Money in the Bank against the winner of the tournament. Just how I think it would have been done. This match still could have took place eventually, but it was wasted. So it makes sense that Becky Lynch is mad that Asuka got the opportunity and she didn't. She's already beaten both of them. So all she has to do now is beat both of them at the same time to regain the Raw Women's Championship. But who do I think is going to win? As much as I hate to say it, I don't necessarily think it'll be Becky. I think it'll be Bianca Belair. She's only just become the Raw Women's Champion at WrestleMania. I think she's going to have it for a little bit longer. Who do I want to see win the championship? Asuka. Simple as that. Asuka. And hey, this is going to be one of the biggest matches on the card, and by far it will be a back and forth finisher matchup. But this is not going to finish. This is not going to finish Hell in a Cell. Oh, no. The main event is going to take place, and that match, I'm going to put... And the main event is a guy that... if you're speaking of Becky Lynch, the man that Becky Lynch had the baby with was Seth freaking Rollins. And Seth freaking Rollins is a guy that managed to get a Hell in a Cell match stopped because he went too far. And if Cody Rhodes is the American Nightmare, do you know who else is a nightmare? The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. And if Seth Rollins can get a Hell in a Cell matchup stopped because he was going too far against the Fiend, then this should be a piece of cake. This should be a walk in the park for Seth Rollins. This is his playground. But, with that being said, this is the man that has beaten him twice already. He has Seth Rollins' number twice in a row. 2 pay-per-views in a row. WrestleMania and WrestleMania Backlash. This is just going to be 3-0, 3-0. At least you think. It's possible that we're going to get 2-1 here, but I hardly doubt it. But we are going to see a barn burner of a match. It's going to be these two men are going to be, I'm going to say my catchphrase that I saved on my universe mode, it's going to be like a house on fire. Both of these men will be like a house on fire, beating the shit out of one another. Close finishes, false finishes, it might even go so far. Gonna be a hell of a match. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think Hell in a Cell is gonna be out of this world and it's gonna be like a house of fire? Or do you think it's gonna be There's only one way to find out. We'll see Hell in a Cell with you on Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan 2x15 on Xbox Live. And until next time, goodbye, and I'll see you in Hell in a Cell with you. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to watch the previous video, click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the video on the right. Also, feel free to click subscribe by clicking on the Master Chief icon on the top.